Here are some ways to make Quran fun to read and fun to memorize. Firstly, I recommend that a person start learning tafsir. So you're memorizing a surah. Let's suppose you're memorizing a surah, Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar, fasalli li rabbik, which happens to be in Juz Amma. And then you start reading the tafsir, and once you've read the tafsir, then you're like, mashallah, now you know what it means. It's very hard to make a mistake after you know the tafsir, right? And so that's one way to get connected with the surahs that you're reciting. Secondly, when I used to memorize, I start setting goals for myself. So I wouldn't just sit there and read. Instead, I would look at a clock, say in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to memorize like this half page or something like that. And then, before the 15 minutes are over, you like memorize that half page, and you keep doing like that. With regards to, also, what I would do is look at somebody who memorized just a little bit more than me, and then I would crush them. So if I memorized 5 juz, and somebody in my class has memorized like 7, 8 juz, I'm like, before you get to the next juz, I'll be on the 9th juz. Like, bring it. So after I pass that person, then I look to the next. Now, so I'm not looking at someone who memorized a whole bunch more than me. That might be like too big. You just keep looking at somebody that memorized a little bit more, and then you might get to a time where there's no competition. You're just kind of like in a league of your own. Then you want to start competing with yourself, or even getting into situations where you see people who have memorized better than you. Right? Such as a competition like this, you can start interconnecting with people who have higher standards for their Quran memorization, so that you, inshallah ta'ala, can make yourself stronger as well. Third thing is, I would say, share your achievements with people who care. Right? So if I've memorized Surah Al-Baqarah, for example, who am I going to call? Who do you call when you've just finished Surah Al-Baqarah? Your mom. Right? Your mom and your dad. Not always that your dad's all excited, but your mom's definitely excited. And so you keep sharing your excitement with people who are excited for you, that you memorize that much, and so on and so forth. And then you have a friend, if they're memorizing Quran as well, some good friendship, then you can start sharing back and forth. A fourth thing that I would recommend, especially for the boys and girls memorizing Quran, is like an achievement party. There's a little girl who is memorizing from Surah, I think she memorized like 8 juz, and she's like 8 years old. And this little girl, her parents are saying, inshallah ta'ala, when you finish, we'll have a big party. And I'm like, well, why do you have to wait till she finishes? Let's have a party now. And every time she finishes another para, another juz, we just keep having parties, so that they keep getting excited. You don't want to wait, 3 years later, you'll get one party, right? You want every month, inshallah ta'ala, that the parties keep coming. What do kids have parties for?
Western.
They have parties for their birthdays, right? And how sad that is. Having a birthday party to celebrate your birthday. I would say instead, let's bring out real achievements. Your child memorized the surah, your child learned some hadith, your child did some good Islamic thing, then you have a party. Say, this is your Quran party, your Juz Amma party. You finish reading Juz Amma, or you finish reading the Quran, or something like that, and have parties for that. And start, the kids that are coming to the party are even. Some of them might not be memorizing the Quran, they might get motivated by that, inshallah. And this is some advice to those who haven't had the Quran memorized. I was once at a Malaysian conference. Any Malaysians here? Malaysian, Indonesian? Yeah? Nobody, right? Usually Malaysians, Indonesians, they'll clean house. Like, forget UTSC or forget training. The Malaysians will come in, and they'll just take all the trophies home. You know what I'm talking about, though? And it always goes back to Abdul Basit. Rahimahullah.